WCBI Sports is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
Welcome into sports. John Sokolof, joined by the one and only Chris Bolton. Chris?
Yes. What's going on, John?
Well, you know, same old. But football, obviously, in the rearview mirror. Almost. You know, like we got the bowl game season, but it's starting to die down. Now it's hoop season.
It's time to play ball. Ball is life.
Ball is life. And I don't know about you or any of the viewers, but I'm kind of over these little cupcake games for both of these teams. I'm ready for conference play to start, and that's exactly what's going to obviously happen coming up very soon. We're going to start with the women's teams for Mississippi State and Ole Miss. Let's start with, obviously, the Bulldogs. I mean, last time they played in a tournament, they lost in the Elite Eight to Oregon. Last year, there was no tournament, but a ton of returning players on this team. But something that's new, first-year head coach Nikki McCray-Penson. What have you kind of seen from her so far as we get into conference play?
I've seen this team, you know, she's tried to fit her system around the players she has, and also, you know, just try to utilize the talent she has at her disposal the best she can. This is a very talented team. You bring back a lot of good players, Maya Taylor, of course, Rakia Jackson, all SEC performer in her own right, so she's very good. And so, you know, Coach Pence is just trying to put the players in position to be their best.
And I mean, what better position than all of the returning players like you just mentioned that are coming back? And you also, I mean, that same team almost, nonetheless, was a number 2 seed in the NCAA tournament last year. Probably. I mean, I'm just making a guess. Around the 1-2 seed-ish type of range. And now you have everyone back. So as a coach, what do you kind of want to see from McCray-Penson to kind of put it all together to get this team over the top?
Well, you know, it's a process, of course, with this being her first year as a head coach. But, you know, she's just trying to implement her system, and we'll see if they can execute. That's the most important thing, just putting them in position to do their best. Rakia's going to ball out. Of course, Maya Taylor, she brings back a lot of experience at the point guard position. You also have Jemiah Mingo-Young. She's been playing very well as well. And you also have Jessica Carter. She's a beast down low, just getting double-doubles, you know, very easily. So there's a lot to work with Mississippi State. We'll see how they pull it all together.
Let's jump over to Ole Miss. A little bit of a different story there. Not a great last 2 years. Finished 12th in the SEC 2 years ago, and then last year finishing dead last. 6-0 on the season heading into conference play. 1 win away from matching their win total of last season. Do you think this team's finally making some strides? You know, we have some new additions to the team this year. I mean, a couple of players, the Shakira Austin, the Maryland transfer, Madison Scott, the first 5-star Ole Miss commit, Danetta Johnson, the Georgia transfer as well. Is that enough to kind of put this team over the edge? Because it's kind of hard to tell in non-conference play.
It is hard to tell, but no, those 3 players you just mentioned, very talented players in their own right. So I think that, you know, they definitely have a team in place to compete in the SEC.
What have you kind of seen from Coach Yo? Because in her first 2 years, this team really did not have much success at all on the court. And now, obviously, they're 6-0. But after finishing last in the conference, not winning a single conference game, but Ole Miss decided to keep her around. Why do you think that is?
I mean, she's a fighter. She's very charismatic. As you see now, we just talked about the talented players she's brought in. This was a very highly rated recruiting class, so they know she's going to bring in the talent. It's only a matter of time. Now she finally has her players in place. We're seeing what this team is capable of doing.
Yeah, we definitely are. So Mississippi State's SEC opener December 31st against Georgia. That one is on SEC Network Plus, and the Ole Miss women's basketball SEC opener also on New Year's Eve as well. They're at number 5 South Carolina. Same day at 5:30.
Way to start conference play.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you got to start with the best team. That's the only way to get better early on. And that's it for sports. We'll be right back.